Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox. With me is Eric, an LSAT teacher, tutor with us at lsatdemon.com. We've got an email here from nobody at all. It just says thank you.
From Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Says, hi team, hoping this reaches Ben or Nathan. Well, you got one of them. My cumulative GPA is 3.573. The reason being that I failed one class. The context is that during COVID, about 60 to 70 students cheated on Zoom during the midterm, and I didn't. However, I did join on the final for Zoom and deeply regret doing so. Every student was caught by the professor. All the students received an F. By the way, that is one sentence with a lot of commas in there.
Yeah, some periods would have helped break that up a bit.
Okay, sweet. I need to translate that for a second. So a bunch of people cheated on one of your classes and
on the
midterm, and the professor chose to fail everybody as a result, even though you say you didn't cheat.
No. Yeah, right. So the actual truth here is Anonymous did not participate during the midterm cheating, but did participate during the final exam cheating.
Right.
Anonymous joined the Zoom where the students were cheating on the final. You have cheated on the final at that point. So, you can, whatever. I'm not going to beat you up for sharing all of that background, but like,
sure.
I didn't cheat on the midterm does not help your case here.
Yeah.
You cheated on the final exam. The professor failed everybody. And that's what happens. I mean, did you get written up is what I want to know. But
so Anonymous continues, do you have any insight on if I should provide the context behind this F? I believe I should just own up to it. And how badly do you think this will affect my chances of getting into any law school or even a top 50 law school? I know I will need a great LSAT score and have been studying for months. I currently score around low 150s. My goal score is 170 plus. Thank you. So we don't know how this is marked on their transcript, if there's any academic demerits against them that are in the record. I would guess so, but we don't know.
I would think that everybody also got an academic code of conduct violation. I want to know if that's on your transcript. There are explicit questions when you apply to law school that ask you about they ask you character and fitness type questions, because you will have to take character and fitness. You'll have to do a character and fitness like background check before you're admitted to the bar in your state. So they ask you, like lawyers are fiduciaries. So they're trying to make sure that people have high ethical standards that get into this field. That's not to say that something like this is going to keep you out everywhere, but if there is anything on the record about it, other than the F, they're going to ask you if you've ever been written up for anything. I don't, do you know the exact questions that they ask, Eric?
I don't remember for sure, but I do believe that within the character and fitness disclosures, they do ask for any academic marks against you. Yeah.
Besides just an F.
For sure, yeah. If there are questions of academic dishonesty or cheating, they want to know about it. They're going to ask about it in some form on the applications.
Because I think the bar does as well, and then your stories have to match. And
there will be stuff that might, if you don't disclose on your law school applications, you might squeak through with some stuff. You won't get past the bar.
That you won't get past. Caught.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's just worse for you, because now you're 3 years through law school. You didn't decide to disclose everything at the outset. Now you've put in all that time, and probably you've got you're going to have to really get, get serious about trying to atone for that at a later date.
If it turns out that, like, if you just got an F, if maybe the professor did you a favor and just gave you an F on the exam, F in the class, and didn't write you up because they didn't want to mess with it, which is probably what I would do if I was a professor, then you have an F on your record. You might just need to explain this F on your record. I might just say nothing at all
If it's not on the record.
If it's not on the record, I think I might just say nothing at all. If it is on the record, yeah, you don't want to lie.
You definitely don't want to lie. I think I agree with you where, well, it depends on how they ask on the application, I think.
Yes, you
I
have to
think you
answer
can,
the
yeah,
questions that are being asked, and you have to look at their individual questions for every single law school that you apply to, and you have to answer their question. You don't have to answer it like oversharing,
yeah,
but you do have to like give a credible, legally supportable,
yeah.
like something that you are happy putting on the record.
Uh-huh. For instance, if nothing other than the F is on your record, if a question on a law school application were to ask, explain any academic violations noted on your record,
Mm,
well, it's not noted on your record.
right,
But if the question's broader than that and says, have you ever been
right.
accused of, and my memory of applications, I could be wrong, but my memory of applications is that they ask it pretty broadly, which makes me think that you're probably going to need to own up to this based on a question that's asked for you on your application.
Yeah,
You shouldn't try to hide it. If that is the case, just
yeah,
disclose it because, look, these law schools are academic institutions that really, really care about their academic credibility.
yeah.
And yeah, this is something that is not a mark in your favor.
Yeah, they're accredited by the American Bar Association, right? So they ask you these questions to because you're going into the pipeline toward the bar exam. So they're like gathering evidence about you as part of a record. This is like your professional record.
How badly do you think this will affect their chances of getting into law school or even a top 50 law school?
Shit happens. I mean, if you can't get it expunged from your record, it is going to hurt you a lot in the T14. I mean, 3.573 is bad for the top 14. If you do get a 170 plus, you might put yourself in the conversation. But you know, do you have a STEM background? Is there anything else that's going to like help make that 3.53? Did I say 2.53 earlier?
Oh,
3.3, and it's not even 3.53. 3.573. So okay, 3.6. That's low for the top 14. But if you get a score in the 160s, high 160s, low 170s, you start to be knocking on the door. Um, Higher the better, obviously, on the LSAT to make that story work. The violation itself, it's not great, but you write an addendum that says, I mean, people get into law school who had DUIs, minor impossessions, other kinds of things that happen to people. It's not like it's the end of the world. You need to own it and just be like, don't look like you're trying to weasel out of it.
yeah,
So this like your first sentence there, it makes that's like the exact wrong way to do it. Because it's like you're trying to blame it on somebody else. You didn't really cheat, but no, you did. I mean, you cheated on the final instead of the midterm. So just don't include that part at all. Say what happened, and that's probably about it. I don't know
yeah.
what more you can really do. You can say nothing has happened since, or nothing. I've never had anything else like this on my record, or hmm, yeah, I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah. Apply broadly because some schools, this will be enough for them to not admit you. Other
I would
schools,
think so. Yeah.
yeah, other schools will say, well, numbers are good enough. It was a one time thing. They're over it. Okay. So you got to
Right.
apply broadly so that you get enough of that second type of school where you're still looking at multiple offers.
Yeah, and get your 170 plus.
Yeah.
I think you'll have all kinds of success in the top 50. Apply broadly though. You want to do that anyway to give yourself a better chance of scholarships. But I think you there are certain schools that are just going to see themselves as like above this. I think, and then but there are other schools that are like, nah, man, we're fighting for the best candidates we can get, and 3.58, the 3.57. I keep forgetting. 3.57 isn't that bad. And 175 is great for us. And not only will we admit you, but we'll probably give you a scholarship to come here.
Yep.
It's not a deal breaker at all schools or in the top 50 for sure.
Good luck, Anonymous.
Yeah, thanks, Anonymous. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.